Most people think budgeting is the key to financial success. But here's the truth: 95% of people fail to stick to their budgets. That's a shocking stat, right? And the reason behind it is even more surprising. It's not because they don't try hard enough. It's because budgeting is only part of the solution. The real issue lies in how we think about money and what we're spending it on. Here's something else you might not know. The average person wastes over $1,500 every year on things they don't really need. Think about that. $1,500 could pay off debt, fund a vacation, or help you build an emergency fund. But most people are throwing that money away without even realizing it. In this video, we're going to uncover why most budgets fail and how frugality can help you break free from this cycle. We'll dive into the hidden costs that drain your wallet, how to develop a mindset that leads to financial freedom, and simple ways to live better on less. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll understand how to make smarter choices and start building the life you want, without feeling like you're constantly pinching pennies. Chapter 1. The Budgeting Myth. Why numbers aren't enough. We've all been there. You set a budget, track your spending, and yet, at the end of the month, your finances are still a mess. The problem isn't your numbers, it's the mindset behind them. A typical budget focuses on tracking money, but it overlooks the emotional and psychological aspects of spending. According to research from the Journal of Economic Psychology, 60% of people don't stick to their budgets because they fail to account for the emotional triggers that drive spending decisions. When we buy things, it's often out of habit or to satisfy an immediate emotional need, not because we truly need them. Frugality, however, is about being intentional with your money. It's not about limiting yourself but about making conscious decisions on what really matters. A budget might tell you what you're spending, but it doesn't show you why you're spending. Understanding why we make emotional purchases is the first step in changing how we manage money. Chapter 2. Instant gratification versus lasting fulfillment. The battle for your wallet. Instant gratification is the silent killer of financial security. Whether it's a new gadget or an expensive meal out, the desire for immediate pleasure often outweighs our long-term goals. Studies show that people are 30% more likely to make impulsive purchases when they're stressed or bored. This is where frugality comes in. It helps you build a habit of delayed gratification, a habit that turns small sacrifices into big savings over time. Instead of grabbing the latest must-have item, frugality teaches you to pause and ask, "Do I really need this right now?" Research by the American Psychological Association shows that delayed gratification is linked to higher levels of success in life, not just financially but in all areas. By learning to wait, we unlock a deeper sense of fulfillment and often find more value in the things we already have. Chapter 3. The sneaky costs you're not seeing. Invisible budget busters. It's not the big-ticket items that ruin your budget, it's the sneaky, small costs that fly under the radar. Subscription services, takeout meals, and last-minute online purchases often don't seem like much in the moment, but they add up. According to a NerdWallet report, Americans spend an average of $200 a month on unused or forgotten subscriptions. That's a whopping $2,400 a year, disappearing into the void. To avoid these invisible budget busters, try a simple strategy: track every small expense for a month. You'll be surprised at how often you're spending on things that don't add value to your life. Frugal living encourages awareness, helping you identify areas where you can cut back without feeling deprived. Over time, eliminating these little leaks can save you hundreds or even thousands. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on how to take control of your finances and live better on less. Chapter 4. From scarcity to abundance. Changing the way you think about money. Frugality is often misunderstood as living with less. In reality, it's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what you can't have, you start to appreciate what you already do. This doesn't mean you have to live in a constant state of deprivation, it's about prioritizing your needs over wants. A key principle of frugal living is being resourceful, finding joy and satisfaction in what you already have, rather than constantly seeking new purchases. For instance, the Frugal Woods family, who retired early in their 30s, live in a way that values resourcefulness over spending. Their simple yet fulfilling lifestyle teaches us that abundance isn't about owning more, it's about appreciating what we already have. When you embrace this mindset, frugality becomes a tool for building financial freedom, not a cage of limitations. Chapter 5. The power of no. How saying it can save you big. Saying no doesn't always come easy. In a world of constant consumer temptation, it can feel almost impossible to turn down the things we want. But learning to say no is one of the most powerful ways to save money and gain control over your finances. By being selective with your purchases, you can focus on the things that truly matter. A study from Harvard Business Review found that people who practice saying no to unimportant purchases or activities tend to have better financial outcomes. They create a stronger sense of purpose around their spending and are less likely to feel buyer's remorse. By practicing frugality, you embrace the art of intentionality. Instead of saying yes to everything, you reserve your energy and resources for what truly brings value. Chapter 6. Living with less, gaining more. Frugal living beyond the budget. Frugal living isn't just about cutting costs, it's about embracing simplicity and finding joy in the little things. When you focus on living with less, you create space for the things that matter most, like time with loved ones or pursuing your passions. This lifestyle is about quality over quantity. Minimalism is a natural extension of frugality. The more you declutter your life, the more you realize how little you actually need. Studies show that people who live with fewer material possessions report higher levels of happiness and lower stress. Frugal living teaches you to align your purchases with your values, leading to a more fulfilling, intentional life. You'll find that by letting go of excess, you make room for more meaningful experiences that enhance your life in ways money never could. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these tips and want to learn more about achieving financial freedom through frugality, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video.